So a lovely gypsy one for our April workshop. So this piece of music, a nice fusion of Spanish and Arabic, is called juntos, which if you know Spanish means together, which we're not, but this is a way we can be together. So going to start in classic back of hands, looking gorgeous, and it's just going to be a very straightforward, oh we missed the first beat by the way, step forward, step back, feet together, change leg, step forward, step back, feet together. And obviously when you step forward you want to get a bit of an angle, so you get a bit of a twist, okay? So it's forward, back, together, forward, back, together. And it is that slow. Okay, darlings? So that's a nice straightforward. So we missed the first beat. Forward, back, together, forward, back, together. And you have your hands up the whole time. When we've stepped back, we're going to quickly grab the skirts and bring them to the hip. I'll let you decide if you mirror me or whether you do opposites. And that's going to be like on the 7th, well there's 8 beats altogether, miss the first beat, 6 beats, step forward, back, together, step forward, back, together, 7, and then we're off. Okay darlings, so here we go. Miss first beat, forward, back, together, forward, back, together, grab skirts, hip. That fast, yeah. Okay, as ever, let's just play the music and hear it. So, all being well. I missed the first beat, girls, so you get into position already. Forward, back, together. Step forward, back, together. Grab the skirt. Good. So we'll do that again, my darlings. Now you've heard the music. I thought it's not too fast at the beginning. So, beginning in pose. Are you ready? Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So I'm sure you've got that. That's all straightforward. So you've grabbed your skirts onto one hip. Now we're going to travel to the other side, leading with our hand. And it's going to be what I always called the push the Egyptian. But we're not doing pushy hands. But it is where, let me get all this out of the way. It is where, as you're traveling one direction, you push your hip up and down, push it up and down. So the heel is raised the whole time and the other one is flat. So flat foot, heel raised, okay? And so you're just going to push the hip up, feet together, push the hip up, feet together, push the hip up, feet together, push the hip up, and then you just travel off screen. Okay? So because your legs are all covered, what you really see is the hip moving. And because you're holding all your skirts onto one hip, they may be real skirts, they may be imaginary ones, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so you're going to lead with this hand. If you think of it, do a little wrist curl. That's you're going to follow the direction of the hand. So it's push together, push together, push together, push together. Okay, so that's 4 steps to that way, whichever way that way is. Okay, and she, oh yes, so we've pushed this way 4 steps, hands to hair, looking gorgeous, and we're just going to do some very flirty little hip circles, and then you're going to drop the skirts as you raise up your foot. This is slow motion, by the way. Raise up your foot to twist around, and then you finish with one arm across the stomach and the other curved above, okay? And you're slightly angled because you're going to be travelling at an angle. Recap from the very top. Back of hands together and step forward, back, together, forward, back, together, grab skirts and push 1, 2, 3, 4, sexy circles. Lift, pivot, turn, arms across. So it's your arm nearest to the audience, which is low, and the back one, which is the high one, okay? And if you're wondering, when you're doing your little pivot turn, so your arms are already starting to get into that position. So you've been like that, so you've already got one arm up. That arm is the one that stays up. So that one is up all the time, and it's this one which will come across the stomach. Okay, so it's, and no, I told you a lie. Okay, opposite. So, so you're going la-di-da. Right, as soon as you go to turn, bring this arm across, the other one is up, so you finish like that. Okay, good, I'm glad I made that unclear. So, once more from the top without the music, we step forward, back, together, forward, back, together, grab skirts, push, 2, 3 and 4, circle, circle, arm cross stomach, pivot, ta-da. Okay, I'm sure you'll be fine. So we just need the music, so we'll do that from the top. So in preparation, ready to step forward and back. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip circles down, down. Pivot, turn, and pose. Okay. We'll do that again. I'm sure you did it brilliantly, but it's always good to practice. From the top, back of hands together. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts and push. 2, 3, 4. Circle. Over stomach and pose. I'm sure you've nailed that bit. If not, just go back and repeat. So the next part is we're going to be doing a travelling. So we're finished like in a pose. So we're slightly angled. And what we're going to do, we're going to move into corners. We're going to travel into a corner. So you're angled. So if, for example, you're facing to your right now, then you will be travelling to your left corner. Oh, I don't know. It's confusing. Travel in the direction of the elbow. Okay, but you're going for an angle for a corner. And we're going to do little hip circly steps. So you're just going to be doing little steps like that and swinging those hips around, okay? So follow the elbow. So we're going to one corner, 1, 2, then we swivel because we're going to the other corner, so we're going to change our elbow, so this side is always facing the audience. We're going to another angle, 1, 2. Now we've got to go back in a straight line, so we're angling to the back corner. So you keep your arms the same because you still want that to the audience. So you're now travelling 1, 2, and then finally you're going to the other corner, so you swap arms and head back to that other corner, 1, 2. Now I probably made that sound really complicated, but it really isn't. So once you've done your turn and you're posed, off you go, step and step, change direction, step and step, coming back, step and step, change arms direction, step and step. Okay, I'll let you fathom that one out. So we'll do that with the music from the top. Okay. So starting rhythm. Forward, back, together, forward, back, together, grab those skirts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, circle, pivot, turn, 1, 2, change, 1, 2, going back, 1, 2, change direction, 1, 2, lovely. Should we do that again, just so you feel happy about that? Good idea, Alison. So let's do that again from the top. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip circles down. And pivot, turn and pose. And 1, 2, change, 1, 2, going back, 1, 2, change, 1, 2. Lovely. So, I'm sure you've nailed those two now, so that's all good. We can proceed. So the next section, she says, consulting her notes, is a bit of flourishing, very necessary. And we're going to do this quite slowly. Right. Checking the next bit too. So we've just come back from doing our arm circles. So we're now going to adjust to face the front, and you're going to have both skirts, and we're going to extend out our leg and then just do some lovely, ridiculously big flourishes. I think we do about 2, but they're big and slow. So it's boom, 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 flip side, just really milk it. Okay, then skirts out, and if you're okay for stepping around and turning, do so. If not, you're always welcome to do that if you don't want to get dizzy by going around in a circle. Okay, darlings, so that was straightforward enough, wasn't it? So we had just travelled back, and we grab skirts, and then we do a magnificent flourish on one side, extend the other leg, flourish on that one, and then step around looking magnificent. Then, still holding the skirt, we're going to do a very simple forward and back step on our chosen leg. I'm not going to nominate a right or left because it will confuse things. So the same leg, forward and back, pivot half quarter turn, forward and back, pivot half turn, forward and back, sorry, quarter turn, forward and back, and we're going to stay facing that direction. Okay, so you're going to do that 4 times. Forward and back, pivot forward and back, pivot forward and back, pivot forward and back. Skirts have got to do something, obviously. So what you do, as you step forward, you're going to bring one arm up. As you step back, the other one comes up. So we're getting a nice bit of flourish. Then we turn up, step back up, turn up, step back up, turn up, step back up. Okay, my darlings, so recapping, we've been stepping back like that. So turn, flourish, flourish, extend other leg, flourish, flourish, look magnificent as you go around, then up, step back, turn up, lift those elbows up to get the skirt up, up, up and up. Easy. Okay, so this, I might be able to take it back. Let me see. Right, so what we'll do, we'll start from when we're travelling, we've just done a turn, we'll start from travelling, 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 travelling into the flourish. Okay, we'll start from that point. So, be ready to be about to turn. Sorry, it takes ages to get the music back. We might as well have done the beginning. And then that was the turn. Are you ready? 1, 2, and turn. 1, 2, going back. 1, 2, change arms. 1, 2, and flourish. Change leg. And step around. Forward, back, turn, forward, back, turn, forward, back, turn, forward, and back. Lovely. Despite my miscues. I kept dropping my skirt. You know, these things happen. So, from the top, my loves. Hands above head. Are you ready? Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip circles. And pivot, turn. And 1, 2, change. 1, 2, going back. 1, 2, change arms. 1, 2, and change. Step it round. Forward, back, change. Forward and back. Forward, picking up those elbows. Forward, back. Nice, 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 nice. Right, I'm getting slightly out of breath. It's not too energetic, but a little bit. So, I know that we're pausing because we've finished at an angle, so the side of our body is to our audience, and my audience is you right now. And undulations, lovely. Right, okay, we're going into slow, sexy mode. So we have turned, okay, so we've been flourishing forward and back. So our foot is slightly forward. Hang on, I'm going forward and back. Yeah, so that foot is forward, so we're going to keep it there. And we're going to have hands on our hips, and we're going to go for a lovely undulation for about 4 beats. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to step this foot back, and as we do so, raise our arms up. Okay, so it will be foot is forward and crunch it up, then that foot comes back, so you're going to make a nice line, and then you're going to she says falling over, lean, cross the wrists together as they come down to the chest. It's very dramatic. And then we're going to swivel turn to do that to the other side. So your feet stay as they are, and you just swivel, and you're going to do the same thing again. Okay, so now hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. That bit was correct. So scoop it up, crunch it in, step back, reach the arms together and together. We pivot turn, but the other way. So this foot has to come forward So this foot is prominent. I knew there was a reason. Okay, so now this foot is front. I'm going to do the same again. Push the chest up, 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 up. Crunch it in. Step that foot back. Bring the arms above, and then you're crossing the wrist to bring it down. Okay, darlings, I'll repeat that because if I was confused, then you must be. So we have been going forward and back, lovely high elbows. Okay, so we'll do it from there. So facing front, forward and back, pivot turn, forward and back, pivot turn, forward and back, pivot turn, forward and back. Keep that foot there. Go for a nice pelvic scoop, torso scoop. Then that foot comes back, and then you just dramatically cross the wrist, bringing the arms down. Now what we're going to do is bring this foot forward to swivel. Swivel. This foot is now prominent, and we scoop up, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch. And I'm thinking, what comes next? Well, of course, the foot steps back, and then we bring the hands together, fold them down the chest. Okay, so we'll go from the marching forward and back. Okay, darlings? And time code is 27. Are you ready? Turn, turn, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step back, bringing it down. Step that foot and swivel. Pivot, pushing up. Step back and hands down. Okay, I hope that wasn't too confusing. Not sure I got the time codes there right. I think the best thing to do is just do the whole thing from the top, and then we'll add that bit onto the end there. I think it was a bit fast. Okay. From the top then, darlings. Do you know, if I did this perfectly and smoothly, it just wouldn't be the same, would it? No. So, from the top, back of hands together. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hip circles. Pivot, turn on across the stomach. 1, 2, change. 1, 2, coming back. 1, 2, and change. Arms 1 and 2. Pivot. Another nice flourish. And then step it round. Forward and back. Turn. Forward and back. Forward and back. Turn. Forward and back. Undulate. Step it back. And we're across. Step back to the turn. Undulating up. Crunch it in. Step back. And down. Lovely. Sometimes it just pays to just go from the top, doesn't it? Talking of which, let's go from the top and do that bit all over again. Are you ready, darlings? In position? We're about halfway through. It's a really short piece. It's barely 2 minutes long, so you can perfect it. Lots of time to perfect it. So here we go. Forward, back and together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle. Pivot, turn arm across the stomach. And 1, and change, and 1, 2, going back, 1, 2, and change, 1 and 2, flourish, other leg out, and then turn, forward and back, change, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, undulate, here we go, pushing it up, back, and then cross the wrist, that leg steps forward, turn, pushing the chest up, crunch it in, step back, and arms down. Right, my darlings, you might want to press the pause button for a drink. I'm sure I brought one in somewhere, but I can't see it, so never mind. I shall carry on when you start the play again. So, tiptoe shuffle round on the spot, apparently. With, do you know, it's wonderful. I wrote this, yesterday? It's like it's brand new to me. Tiptoe shuffle round on spot with, right, hop extend, all some hopping involved, optional. So this is where the Arabic influence comes in. So we've finished, as you know, we've just been doing this and we've just been going, oh, my heart, my heart. And then we get to grab the skirts again, lovely, and we are, because that goes like, tiptoe shuffle, so tiptoe shuffle, yeah, so well demonstrated. And you want to be holding your skirts because you need to flourish in a bit. So going from there, grab these and then do a and then we're going to hop swoop. Hopping is optional, you could just extend the leg. Hop swoop. I'm just being a bit lively. And then I think we just do a single one, and then we, after that second one, arms above, to do a little bit of shimmy work. So you're probably thinking, what? Don't worry, I shall recap. So from our second side of undulate up and crunch in, extend, bring the hands dramatically down, cross wrist, you see, and then we hop swish, and something like that. Okay, good. And then we go into, as I said, the shimmy section. So let me take that just back a wee bit to the slow undulation bit. Okay, so we'll be facing the first way, whichever that may be for you, and that leg will be front. Okay, and time code 43. That's the swishy bit. And here we go. Pushing it up, step back, and bring those cross wrists together. Turn, undulating up, step back, and arms together. Hop swish, and lovely. Did that work for you? It worked for me. Then you just love this kind of drum beat. going to say. Let's just add all that together from the top. Okay, not got much left actually, almost disappointing. So here we go, here we go, here we go. Yes, music is set, I am set, are you set? Are you in the position? Marvellous. Here we go. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4 little hip circles. Pivot, turn around. And 1, 2, and change arms. 1, 2, reverse, change arms. Slow flourish, change skirt, side, and turn around, and forward, and back, change, forward, and back, change, forward, and back, and forward, back, and undulate. Oh, lovely, step that back, and hold. So change, pivots, pushing up, crunch it in, step back, and totter. Flourish and dramatic stop. Could almost finish it there, but there's more, there's more. Short, but sweet. Right. So we've finished in this position, and obviously when you hear that delicious fast drum, finger drum, that we're going to shimmy. We got to shimmy. Okay, so you're going to shimmy, and we're going to count for 4 coming down. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then still keep the shimmy going if you can. You're going to push your chest up, crunch it down, and then there's a pause, and then we're just going to go boom, boom. Okay? So here's from the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, boom, boom. Okay, and you're going to put a shimmy with all of that. Just checking what the move is immediately after that, which is, we grab our skirt. Okay, so that can be an extra beat. So here we go. So we've just gone, God, I'm gorgeous. And then the shimmy starts. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, chest goes up, down, pause, boom, boom, grab. You can only do it when you hear the music, can't you, really? So should we shimmy totter? And then into that bit. Okay, so going from the shimmy totter. When I say shimmy totter, it's a totter. You can just tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. But if you want a bit of extra oomph to it, you can, of course, shimmy around. And I forgot to mention, when we do our this direction one, you can add a little shimmy because it does start to come in a little bit there as well. So we'll go from chesty uppies then, shall we? Go from chesty uppies. Right, sorry, I just got to let a cat out, be out in a second. Come on. No, she decided to stay after all. So, going from chesty uppies in this direction, which is 43, right. Almost there, girls. Probably having a nice well-earned drink right now. Hello, sweetie. And here we go. Crunch it in, open and dramatic. Hands down, step turn. Pushing up, crunch it in, step back and shimmy. So ready? Hop swish and hop swish and, oh, we're going to turn around and drop it. I forgot that bit. Chest goes up, crunch, pause. I was a bit delayed there. I was distracted by a cat walking in front of me. We'll do that again. We'll do that again. So from the shimmy tot a bit, okay? Because I missed that first boom, boom. In fact, I'll turn the volume up a bit so you can hear it better. So that might now blast us. Let's see. Right, so tiptoe shuffle. Up, crunch, pause. Okay, sort of. You know, when I was doing this, I was hitting that boom, dear boom every time, but you know, we might get lucky at some point. But you know roughly what's happening. It's actually really short, so we may as well go from the very top, my darlings. Here we go. Forward, back and together. Forward, back, together. Grab those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4 hip circles. And turn. 1, 2, and change arms. 1, 2, going back. Change arms. Could you tell I forgot what was there? And turn around. Forward and back. Forward and back. Turn. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward. Chest undulation. Discreetly changing my leg there. Step forward. Crunch in, step that leg back, and hold. Give it shimmy skirts. Hop swish and hop swish, turn around and then you drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yes! How that bit was supposed to go. Great thing about a recording, you can just repeat this often as you need. So I think you're ready for the next section. So after we've gone pa-doing, pa-doing, it's like grab as fast as you can. Going to turn sideways and we're just going to flourish as we camel for 6, okay? So we're going to 2 things. Might as well bung an arm up there as well, mightn't we? So we're going to camel forward for 6. If you're short of space, make them very small steps. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of front, 6. And then we're going to turn to get back. Oh, I had a bit of a head rush there. Very pleasant. Slightly vague about the ending here. Yep, done that. Shimmy, step forward. Crikey, what do I mean? Oh, I think I know. Okay, so it's a shimmy, step forward. So we're going to shake, but you're going to bring it up to your chest. On that same side, step back, and then shimmy it up, step back. That was straightforward. And in, out, skirts. In, out. That's what that means, in, out, skirts. And we're going to do that going round on the spot for 8 steps. So in and out equals 2 steps really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I seem to have added a shimmy there. I don't know if that's relevant. And apparently we then camel on the other side that we didn't. Feels weird. 6 forward, and then you wee 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 all the way home. Hope you don't wee wee. And then shimmy, steps forward and back and pose. So we're almost there. Let me recap that end section. We have, should we go from our shimmy totter circle? Flourish, flourish, circle, whoop. Shimmy 1, 2, 3, 4, titty, whoop. Crunch, pause, whoop, whoop, grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn all the way back. Shimmy step, back. Shimmy step, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, circle all the way back. Shimmy, back. Shimmy, back. And then I think we just pose magnificently. But don't quote me on that. Okay? So here we go, my friends. We will go from shimmy circle. Okay? That bit. Right. Time code. 1 minute. Here we go. Great, turn around, drop your skirts and shimmy, 2, 3, 4, sit up and crunch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn all the way around. Okay, I'm going to put something in there. Turn all the way back. Repeat. It should have finished there. And all the way around. Boom. That's our finish. Okay. So my end of notes aren't strictly correct. So oh, that's so cool, we can work it out together. This is where we're in a class together, you'd be all yelling suggestions at me and they'd be brilliant. But I can't hear anything. So that extra blowing section, I think where we were going, steppy bag. Ooh, what about a bit of skirt rippiness? You know, when you keep it tense and you kind of like you're really yanking it. And we can go round, round, round. Oh, that breeze is lovely. Yeah, we'll do that, okay, darlings? We'll still have the shimmy step forward, and the cameling, circle back, cameling, circle back. We'll do all that. You're probably thinking, what? So what we'll do, darlings, we'll do it once more from the shimmy step thing, all the way to the end bit, and then we'll do it from the very, very start. Okay. So here we go. And hop and turn around, drop those skirts. 2, circle all the way back. Just where we're pulling the skirt. Yes. Yeah, let's add that little flourish at the end. And circle all the way back. Forward and back. Forward and back again. Forward, back, forward, and here we go. And circle all the way back. Yes. I love it when your skirt still moves when you've stopped. That works brilliantly. Marvellous. Well done, girls. So let's add all of that together. It's barely 2 minutes long, so it's a really short piece. So I had no excuse for getting confused. Okay. So, oh, they're impatient. Are you ready, darlings? Ready? This is dress rehearsal, so this is not the performance one. So let's work on the technical detail on this one. Second one, the performance. Okay, so from the top. Forward, back and together. Forward, back, together. Wrap those skirts. And 1, 2, 3, 4 hip circles. And round. 1, 2 and change. 1, 2 going back. 1, 2 and change. 1 and 2. Little flourishes. I forgot that bit. Now we're going to circle around. Forward and back. Bring it up. Step back. Up and back. Step. The chest undulation. Step it back. Bring to the chest. Turn. Step back. And to the chest with a maybe little shimmy. Grab the skirts. Ta-ta! Turn around. 2, 3, 4. Chest goes up, down, pause, and just little camels with a flourish. Then circle all the way back. Pulling the skirt, going round. Shimmy it off. And so we're changing hand, which one we're travelling with, camelling with. And now let's circle all the way back. Forward shimmy, back. Forward shimmy, and back again. Forward shimmy, and back. So with the starting camel side. So your finale circle. Ollie! Brilliant! So I'm sure that was your really good dress rehearsal. So have a moment, my darlings. Whoops. Have a drinky. Have a drink, my darlings. Good, 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 good. Mentally prepare yourself. So this one I'm going to give less cues. Okay, so you can focus more on hearing the music and not my voice blabbing over the top of it, because when you're able to start bringing those movements with the music, it makes a whole lot more sense than me. Okay, especially when I keep saying pivots when they're flourishes, and you're best off not listening. So here we go, my darlings. This is a performance version. Are you full of steamy, Spanishy, Arabic influence? Lovely. Right. Back of hands together. Here we go. That doesn't sound right. Hang on. I missed a couple of beats there. Okay, so that's like a normal professional performance, in that the music didn't start right. Here we go again. Forward, back, together. Forward, back, together, grab those skirts, and 1, 2, 3, 4 hip circles. Ooh, lovely. Pivot turn. 1, 2, change direction. Going back and change. Flourish. Change and circle round. Forward and back. Change. Elbows high, my darlings. Be nice and proud. And undulations. Step back. Bring to the heart. Step forward, turn, undulate. Step back. And maybe add a little shimmy there. Totter. Hop, flourish, and turn. 1, 2, 3. Hop, down. And camel figure of 8. Circle back. Pop, pop, pop. Give it a shimmy. And now we're going on the opposite side. And circle back. So, forward shimmy, back. Forward shimmy, back. Forward shimmy, back. Forward shimmy, camels. And circle all the way back for your finale. Ah, brilliant. Girls, you were magnificent. I know that in my heart because you always are. So, my loves, whew, I did get a bit out of breath in the end. I hope you really enjoyed that. I know I did. And I will attach the notes with the email that I send you with the link. Miss you all. Mwah. And I did again. Look, I put some makeup on. So I was slightly less scary. So if you've got any glamorous images that you'd like to share on Bellycisers Facebook page or something, it'll be so nice to see you all. And we don't get much chance to dress up and look nice these days, do we? So yeah, it'll be nice to share. All right, my darlings, love you all. Mwah. Keeps recording.